Good afternoon. And on the behalf of the Spiritist Society of North Beach, we welcome all of you to our first annual peace event here in North Beach. And what a beautiful day to have this event. It's gorgeous. So may we have calmness in our minds and peace in our hearts. So we want to first thank the mayor of North Beach, Mark Frazier, for without the use of this venue, we wouldn't have been able to make this event happen because we wouldn't have a big enough place to house everyone. So we do thank Mark Frazier for this. And we would also like to thank the Dunkirk Florist and Gift Shop and the Chesapeake Pharmacy because they donated all the flowers for the event as well. So just some logistics before we start the event. Of course, we ask that you kindly turn off your cell phones, please, and refrain from talking during the performances. And then we ask that no food or drink be consumed in the auditorium. However, there is a water fountain that's located in the waiting area, and you're more than welcome to use that. There are two the restroom facilities are located on this floor, 2 women's, 2 men's, and then there's restrooms downstairs as well. The exits are located directly behind you, and if right next to the elevator shaft where you came up, there is a stairwell, and then the 2 exits behind me lead to a stairwell as well. So we'll have safe haven to get out if we need to. No worries. We will not have a formal break today. We're going straight through the 2-hour event. So that we ask that if you could please stay in your seats during that 2 hours. But of course, if you do have to get up, please do so. And that we just ask that you use the side aisles, or actually the middle aisle and this side aisle to exit as we are videotaping the event. So if you could please do that for us as well. So we're going to start off the event with a prayer. And this is a beautiful prayer about peace. And I'm just going to read it to you. So kind of close your eyes and just listen. Peace is very important. Governments impose it by fomenting wars, exerting pressure, and subjecting people to bondage. Therefore, peace is negotiated in private offices and then maintained under arms through fear. Such peace comes from without and is disturbing because it is unreal. It is legal, though not always moral. It is similar to swamp waters, clear and placid on the surface, but murky and poisonous at the bottom. Such is the peace of the world, fleeting and deceptive. Real peace comes from within a cheerful heart and an understanding mind which acts and trusts. It is achieved within an atmosphere of love and devotion because the harmony which kindles the dynamics of the flourishing life derives from a conscious, illuminated by divine laws. Such peace is permanent and is never disturbed. It constrains not, imposes not. Each person must strive to achieve it. It is an outcome of one's well-directed actions, and it fosters noble ideals. To discuss peace or crusade for it is not enough. But if you focus your mind on peace, think about peace, and act passively, you will externalize peace from your inner self, and then it will surround you and reach whoever comes near you. So may peace on earth be your uttermost goal, and through constant prayer, may it work outwards as an answer from God. When you pray for peace, a tender feeling pervades you, and love, which radiates from God, averts any conflict that might disturb you. Peace within you will further peace in the world. And this was written by Joanna de Angelis. So we have several performers here today who will be singing and dancing and playing musical instruments, and 2 wonderful speakers for your enjoyment, entertainment, and to gain knowledge. So first, I'd like to introduce 2 lovely young ladies, Adriana and Brittany Collins. They are sisters who will be singing the prayer written by David Foster and Carol Bayer Sager. Both Adriana and Brittany attend Huntington Town High School and are active members of the Twin Beach Players Youth Troupe. They are active in their local community and practice dance at Abigail Francisco School of Classical Ballet. So our next performance will be Wind Beneath My Wings, written by Bette Midler and sung today by Keno Smith-Brown. And Keno is a senior at the Northern High School in Calvert County. So it's interesting to see such talent in our young people here in this county.
Must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. You always walked a step behind. I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Ever know that you're my hero, and you're everything I would like to be, and I can fly higher than an eagle, because you are the wind beneath my wings. Might have fear to go unnoticed. I've got it all. I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth. Of course I know it. I would be nothing without you, without you, without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And you're everything I would like to be. And I can fly higher than an eagle, because you are the wind beneath my wings. My wing, my wing. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything, everything. I wished I could be yours, and I can fly higher, higher, higher than an eagle, because you are the wind beneath my wings. You're the wind beneath my wings, oh you are the wind beneath my wings, oh you are the wind beneath my wings. Fly high against the sky, so high I almost touch the sky. Thank God for you. Thank God for you, the wind beneath my
So we get to hear another number from Gabriel Soloff. He played for us at the beginning of the event, and he will be playing Berceuse by Gabriel Ferre on violin. And Gabriel was raised in Philadelphia, where he studied violin with Dali Koritzer. He's a founding member of the St. Charles String Quartet. With the quartet, Gabriel has performed extensively throughout the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area at various events. So. That was beautiful. So our next guest speaker is Elizabeth Laden, and she lives in North Beach and has been meditating since 1993. and became more focused on meditation as a way of living since 2007, where she became a holistic health coach and integrative nutrition. But more recently, Elizabeth completed her first 300 hours in yoga teaching training in Bali, Indonesia. As the author of an ebook, A Choice About Change, Essential in Healthier Living, Elizabeth talks about attributes of meditating and encourages this as a daily practice. She is here today to help us have an understanding about meditation and lead us in a very short meditation experience. So bear with us while we change our microphones. Way to do it. Okay.
Namaste, everyone. Namaste is a salutation that comes to us from the East. For those of you who are not familiar with this lovely salutation, it means that I honor the Divine Spirit in you. This salutation is about 5,000 years old, as far as the documentation goes, as far as we know. And this is probably also how long we've been meditating, maybe even longer than that. My history in meditation, as you hear, is not quite that long. In 93, 94, I went through a very, very tough time in my life. And as a part of my recovery, I started working out every morning. I was running on the beach. I was a big runner back then. And I would run, for quite a while. I did marathons, in fact. At the end of my run, I would sit down on the beach and I would just zone out with the sound of the waves and the seagulls and watching the sunlight just on the top of the water. Unbeknownst to me, I was meditating. I didn't know that's what it was. In fact, I just sat there until something inside of me said, okay, time to go. And then I would get up and I would start my day. So we're going to fast forward a little bit to 2006, 2007, when I decided to become a holistic health coach. That's all of a story of its own. And during my training, it was an experiential program, and so I had to make myself the client. And part of the training meant I had to meditate. So I started doing it more frequently as part of my training, and by the end of my training, I started to really notice some differences that were happening in my life that I hadn't noticed before. And I thought, there's something to this meditating. I got to find out some more about it. So after I graduated in 2007, I did what any scientific person with a scientific mind would do, because I'm an engineer by trade. I studied everything. I spent so much money in that year just going to speakers, teachers, buying CDs, buying books. I just went obsessive compulsive on what meditating was. And so what did I come up with? Actually, it's quite simple. We don't have to get very complicated about it. And that's what I'm here to talk to you a little bit today about, how very simple it is. So why would we meditate? There's really 3 reasons I boiled it down to why we meditate, and I'm going to call them MP3. I call them MP3 because that's familiar to all of us. The M stands for medical. In today's culture, we have what's going on called integrative medicine. And in integrative medicine, we're combining holistic modalities that are coming from the East with conventional therapies that are happening here in the US. And you can see this happening at places of high, Duke University, they're putting out, the doctors are doing that now, at Harvard Medical School, at the Scripps Center, in San Diego with their heart disease programs. And so they're finding meditation as a part of that, their treatment, is very helpful in lots of things. Cancer, it's also used, hypertension, several things, but we don't want to talk about all the medical things today because I could get distracted in that. The second thing is personal. On an every single day basis, you just kind of want to tune in or zone out. You want to get calm, you want to get focused. I find that one of the best values I have gotten from meditating is my sense of acute concentration. I could be in a very loud place and still be able to focus very clearly on what it is that I'm reading. So it's a big value to me. Another value to me, because I'm a little bit of a Nazi when it comes to being healthy, is it lowers my flight or flight response, which is important to me because it aids in digestion. Digestion is very, very important. You can't get those nutrients in if they won't digest. So those are just a couple of reasons why personally you would want to do meditation on a regular basis. And the third one is a 3. And you might ask me why I picked a 3 when really it's about spirituality. Spirituality is a very interesting topic. It means many things to many different people. And in my little year of being obsessive compulsive, I learned that there are more ways to meditate than there are religions on the planet, because every single religion has their own way of meditating. So, how you dress, how you sit, everything. I call it 3 to remind me of spirituality because my foundation and my faith is Judeo-Christian. I was raised Catholic. So the 3 is for the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. So that's how I remembered spirituality. So that's why reasons that you would want to meditate. Types of meditation. Again, many types of meditation. You could have audio cues to meditate you, to take you to a place of calm. You can have visual cues to take you to a place of calm. You can download MP3s. You can buy tapes. You can buy CDs. But the simplest and honestly most effective way that costs you absolutely nothing is to focus on your breathing. Dr. Andrew Weil was one of my teachers when I was going through my program. And you may know him. He's a big name in integrative medicine in the United States. And he said, breathing is so important. It is possibly the thing that we do that connects our mind, our body, and our spirit, our consciousness and our unconsciousness. So by simply learning how to tune into our breath, we learn how to tune in to that small voice inside of us that we like to hear every once in a while that gives us guidance. Okay, so preparing to meditate. Well, simple. You want to eliminate all distractions as much as possible. Physical distractions, mental distractions. Physical distractions. Wear something comfortable, especially when you're starting out. You don't want this tightness here and tightness there and thinking about the tightness. No, physical, clothing. Your environment. Pick a calm place. Somewhere for you, only for you, because this time is about you. You know, I like to wear earplugs. They work very effectively to block out all the noise. As you get a little bit more tuned in to your meditating, everyday things become a meditation. Washing the dishes can become a meditation. Folding the clothes can become a meditation. So, preparing to meditate. Mental distractions. This is probably one of the most challenging ones. One of the things that you will hear is that you need to stop your thinking. The reality is you cannot stop your thinking. Medically proven. You can't stop your thinking. And you're sleeping, you're dreaming, you're thinking. So the best thing that you can do is learn how to calm your mind and to ignore what is going on in your mind and focus away from what is going on in your mind. So you want to be able to turn off the judgment. Turn off the judgment. I got clothes to do. I got to go pick up the kids. Turn off the judgment. So I'm sure you've heard the saying, when you hear a beautiful song, that the music is in between the notes. I like to say that the silence that you're achieving through meditation is the blank space between the words. So as you get sharpened with your acute concentration, you'll almost be able to ignore those words that are coming through and focus on the blankness of the words. But if one of those happen to come through, just be gentle. Thank it very much. I appreciate that note of reminder, put it over here on the shelf, and then come back to it later. So now, we're going to meditate. I'd like everyone to get really comfortable in your seat, feet on the floor, arms on the rest if you like, perhaps in your lap. Just get really comfortable. Okay? I'd like you to close your eyes. I'm going to get everyone to, like you to focus on your breathing. Nothing else, just focus on your breathing. Easy breath. Easy in, easy out. No need to hold your breath, just even. So I'm going to count a little bit for the first 3 rounds, easy, in and out, 4 in, 4 out, and then I'm going to get silent and allow you to focus in on your breath. Ready? Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. When you're ready, just take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Come back into the room gently. Life is simple. Everything happens for you, not to you. Everything happens exactly at the right moment, neither too soon nor too late. You don't have to like it. It's just easier if you do. Namaste.
So as the MC, and I have your undivided attention, I have to make a point to what Elizabeth was talking about that helped me so much in meditation, because those thoughts would come into my mind constantly. Shopping list, picking up this, Why is someone doing this to me? So on and so forth. And I would become so frustrated, I would say, I'm not doing this anymore, and I would get up and go make my shopping list. And she said something to me a couple of weeks back. She said, when those thoughts enter your mind, just be thankful for them and let them pass, and then refocus, instead of letting yourself get frustrated. And that's helped me tremendously, and I thank you for that. And I know you mentioned that in your speech, but I had to say something about it because it helped me so much. I hope it helps some of you sitting here in the room. So now we've reached the point where the Spiritus Society of North Beach is honoring Sister Jenna. And before we call her up to the stage, I want to read her bio to you because she is a fascinating individual who has done many great things in the world. So for decades, Sister Jenna has moved and shaped the consciousness of lives around the world. She has traveled to over 80 countries to raise awareness of the self and the divine. It has saved lives. Her wisdom, peace, and compassion for humanity are expressed through the variety of initiatives she spearheads for youth, women, governments, and communities. She is someone who herself has come from self-destructive patterns and turned that into courage and service to humanity. Sister Jenna is one of 4 women leaders on the Face-to-Face Talk series, which promotes peaceful dialogues, the voices of women, a production similar to the television show, The View. She is board emeritus of the United Religions, winner of the Friendship Archway Awards, and founder and director of the Meditation Museum. She is director of the local branch of Brahma Kumaris in Washington, D.C., and she is a regular blogger on the Huffington Post and Patch. Sister Jenna has provided lectures and workshops to promote positive awareness in many major institutions in the Washington, D.C. area. She was recently awarded a Certificate of Appreciation by the United States Coast Guard for her outstanding contributions in support of the Coast Guard workforce, and was designated an honorary member of Team Coast Guard. Her latest passion has been the American Meditating Initiative. She recently launched the American Meditating radio show, featured at 8 a.m. on Monday through Friday. Her spiritual leadership in Washington, D.C. has yielded meaningful relationships for personal, local, and global change. So Abigail and I are going to present her an award. So, well, come on up here, Sister Jenna. For 2 seconds, let's give her a hand. And these lovely flowers for you too as well. Be careful, they have thorns. Thank you. Thank you very much. Would you like to say something? The microphone's on.